Are you really meant to be an entrepreneur? Well, if you look at your birth chart, you may be surprised at what you find. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the placements that would support you becoming an entrepreneur and what that looks like. If you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. My name is Blue, and I'm a business astrologer here to help you use astrology so that you can start, grow, and scale your online business. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down what entrepreneurship is astrologically and the placements that support you, and figuring out if you're really meant to have your own business based on your natal chart. Astrology can really tell you a lot when it comes to business and career. And the reality is that some people just aren't astrologically meant to be an entrepreneur, and that's completely fine. But there really is an empowerment when you're able to look at your birth chart and see creating your own business being supported by your natal chart. So there are specific placements that we would look to determine if having your own business and being an entrepreneur is truly meant for you. And as a traditional Hellenistic astrologer, this is really what I specialize in. The biggest thing to understand entrepreneurship within astrology is that entrepreneurship combines vocation and occupation. Now, these are completely different terms astrologically, meaning that we look to different placements to help determine what your job or occupation is versus your vocation and even entrepreneurship, which I have a whole video breaking down the differences. Now, entrepreneurship is the way that all these things can combine and be expressed throughout the chart. And ultimately, it comes down to there being a relationship between these placements within the birth chart to really support you being an entrepreneur. So what exactly are the placements that you would look to determine if you're meant to be an entrepreneur or to have your own business? The first three places that you want to look to are really three houses, which are the wealth houses. So this is the second house, the sixth house, and the 10th house. These houses are incredibly important when it comes to business and career astrology because they help to determine what the nature or the story of your business and career is going to look like overall. But when it comes to the question of, are you meant to be an entrepreneur, you really want to look to these houses, especially to see what is going on there and what the activity is. So the second house is important because this is the house of livelihood. This is talking about the material and immaterial things that really matter to us. These are things like your values, your possessions, even your money matters and money flow within your business. So the relationship that you have with money, as well as how easily or how challenging it may be flowing into your life. Understanding the activity of your second house can really help to determine, is money meant to be something that flows quite easily in your life? Are you able to generate it quite easily, or is it more of a challenge for you? Is it something that is very inconsistent? The second house that we look to is the sixth house, which is the house of bad fortune. But don't let the name stop you because this is a really important house when it comes to business astrology. This speaks to not just occupation or the literal thing that you do in exchange for money. This is also talking about health and wellness, which are incredibly important when it comes to maintaining a sense of structure and support for your business. So you really want to look to the activity that's going on in your sixth house to determine if being an entrepreneur is really for you, and if it is, what kind of systems and structure may be required for you to maintain business over time. And then the last house that we look to is the 10th house, which is the house of public reputation. So this is really speaking to your career overall, what it is that you are being known for. This may not necessarily be the work that you do on a daily basis. This may be work that is developed over time or that you evolve into, but it is work that you are going to be most known for. So this is incredibly important if you are an entrepreneur or somebody that is a business owner, because this is the work that you're going to be quite visible for. The connection between career and occupation is something to keep in mind. So if you have a specific aspect between the 6th house and the 10th house, and corresponding placements between these houses, then that may really speak highly in supporting you becoming an entrepreneur. Now, like I said, entrepreneurship is a combination between occupation and vocation. So it's not just enough for you to have really supportive placements within your wealth houses. You also want to have corresponding placements within possibly your vocational placements, which are your midheaven and your lot of spirit. Your midheaven and your lot of spirit are really important because these really speak to your vocation or the work that is most fulfilling for you and that you feel the most connected to on a purpose level. Your midheaven speaks to the how of the work that you do. So it can correspond really nicely with the 10th house, especially if you have a 10th house midheaven. Then this really speaks to the work that you feel the most drawn to do being something that also involves you building a reputation around. But the lot of spirit, which is not a placement, but it's a calculated point within your birth chart, is highly individualized to you. And it really speaks to your purpose. What people in modern astrology connect to the North Node is what the lot of spirit actually is. It is your sole purpose because it's the lot of the sun. So it's the things that you want to be known for. And most importantly, it is a lot that is more actively in your hands to control. Working with a lot of spirit in the midheaven really help you to understand what your vocation is, as in what is the work that is going to be the most fulfilling for you. And your ability to combine your vocation with your occupation is really the testament to you being able to become a successful online service provider and ultimately an entrepreneur. So you want to keep in mind what is going on between all of these placements within your birth chart and also the rules of astrology. What are the planetary rulers? Where are they in your chart? How are they speaking to each other, or do they not see each other at all? And most importantly, how do they interact overall? All of this can play a really big role in supporting you in figuring out if entrepreneurship is truly for you, and if it is, what that can actually look like. If you want to dive even deeper into this, or if you just want some help in figuring out what kind of online business you should be creating based on your astrology, then I want to encourage you to book a business astrology reading with me, where I actually do all of this for you and help you to strategize exactly what kind of online business you're best suited for. The information to book that can be found in the description box below, so definitely make sure you check that out. I can't wait to work with you inside of a business astrology reading, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!